Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'll be talking about my love for Batman Arkham Knight and why I think it's just perfect. It's quite a bit biased because I've spent around 400 hours playing the game. Well, it's not one of my most played games, but it's just one I keep going back to no matter what mood I'm in, or I don't know, if I'm a bit bored, I'll just hop on the game, maybe play some challenge maps. And yeah, I just feel like it is just a perfect game. So I'll go a bit into detail with that. Obviously, there's flaws with the game, which kind of defeats the object of me calling it perfect. But in my eyes, even with them flaws, it still is a brilliant game, which a lot of people have heard about the flaws before, because this game's like 7 years old now. I think 7 or 8 years old. I think it's like 8. Which the flaws are with like the Batmobile. People don't really like it that much. Personally, I don't really mind it. I don't really do many of like the challenge things with the Batmobiles and stuff, because there's all different Batmobiles with like the DLC, and I don't really like, I'm not very warmed with that. I don't really like go for that sort of thing, but I think that's there for, like, if you like it you can play it, but it's not forced as much as people say. In the story you do have to drive the Batmobile and do have to do like fighting in it, but personally I think it's a fair amount, because a lot of people asked for it at that time. Like, people were asking during Arkham City and Arkham Origins for a Batmobile, and they got what they asked for. Obviously, some people are going to be unhappy with things because that's like the real world, but personally I think they did an alright job with it. And then another thing, spoiler alert, is the Arkham Knight's identity, which gets shown quite a bit throughout the story. You're sort of guessing who it is, and then there's like scenes with like the Joker showing Jason getting tortured and stuff, and it's like, oh okay, that kind of ties in with it. And you kind of know anyway if you're sort of pay attention to the story and also like stuff that happens within DC itself. But even with them like minor flaws throughout the game, I feel like the combat is the best out of combating, like gameplay is the best out of all of the games. It's very like sort of smooth, so like when you're fighting or doing stealth you have a lot more options than the other games. And yeah, there is some things like a Sonic Batarang which is missed from like the other games to this game, but I feel like it, you know, it's not really needed, as you've got the fear takedowns, which is quite a good I'm trying to think of the word, a good as you can probably tell, this is like my first proper time doing one of these type of videos, so I'm sort of just taking it by ear. I'd rather that than have it scripted and it doesn't feel like real. But yeah, and my point is, it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect for everyone, but I feel like if you give it a chance, which I think a lot of people who might watch this video would have gave it a chance, because it's in like the gaming sort of light and stuff, and hence my other content is mainly Batman Arkham Knight, and I've done some Spider-Man content as well, so it's going to that audience who may have played the game already, but even so I feel like it should be given a second chance, if so, because I've played it numerous times, and in the background I've just started a new save. I just thought that would be good to have in the background, so that when I'm speaking about it, I don't know, you're shown like the first 15 minutes of the game and stuff. It doesn't really show much of the like game itself, because you don't play as like the officer at the start, which is playing at the moment, and then I think I play a bit of Batman near the end or something, but it's the start of the game, and it's quite a sort of, you don't really expect it when you start the game. Also at the start of the video, when Joker's getting burnt, you have to burn him. Like, it doesn't tell you whether or not to press a button or not, but you do, and it's quite a cool detail. And like certain things, like at the start where you see like certain posters and stuff, it all kind of ties in with the whole story. Like the background, like Johnny Charisma live, that's sort of within the story, and it all sort of makes the world feel more alive, which is quite cool as well. With being an 8-year-old game to this date when this video airs or something, it's still like, I don't know, it competes with new games, and yeah, I just feel like, in my opinion, this is just an amazing game, whether or not to play it once to 4 times. Like, this is my 5th run through of the game, which I'll be posting playthroughs through. Yeah, I'll probably just be doing the main story, because a lot of the side stuff is, I've played it numerous times, but it's still fun. Like, it's not as exciting when you play it like the first time, but still playing it again is quite nostalgic, and I don't know, I just find it a lot of fun to do. Like, it's a good game, and yeah, I just think it would be, I don't know, a great game to start if you haven't ever played it, or if you've played it, maybe give it another go. You might notice different things, and yeah. Also, the DLC, I'm going to speak about the DLC here, is very reasonable. If you pay for the season pass, at the moment I think it's only like £5 in the PlayStation Store with the like Black Friday deals, but it usually goes on sale. I bought mine for £4, and it included everything, like all the DLC, and it is so worth it. You get lots of skins for Batman, you get skins for Nightwing, you get skins for Catwoman, Robin, Harley, and Red Hood. You don't get one for Batgirl, unfortunately, but her outfit is just cool anyway, so you wouldn't really want to change it that much. But it is worth the price. I stand by that. And also the game is like quite cheap as well. With it being out for quite a while, it is quite cheap. And also the DLC just includes a hell of a lot of like content, whether it be skins, like I've just said. There's also story missions with all of the characters you can play as. So there's there's Robin, Catwoman, Red Hood, Harley, Nightwing, and I think that's it. And Batgirl. Yeah, there's one of all of them, which are quite cool. Some are a little bit better than other ones, but they're all quite good in their own right. And yeah, I just think it's just a really, really good game. I'm not addicted to it, but I just keep going back to it, no matter when it, like, I don't know, no matter what I'm doing, I just sort of feel like I don't know, I'll hop on Batman, like a few, do some combat missions or stealth missions or whatever. Yeah, it's just really fun. And as well, is that I think what they've done right here compared to the newer title Gotham Knights, where they've have playable characters apart from Batman, is that the people, like the Bat family and also Harley Quinn as well, and Catwoman, is that they feel very different to Batman. I don't really know how to describe it, but like Red Hood is very, like, he uses guns and stuff, and he's a bit more brutal than Bruce. And then Batgirl is quite similar to Batman, but she's in the middle of like Batman and Catwoman, and then Catwoman is very like, I don't think she hits. I think she takes like longer to sort of like take down an enemy, like with hitting them and stuff. But she's a bit more stealth focused in her like. I don't know. I think she's like a bit better at stealth than she is at like combat itself. 'Cause she's very like sneaky, and you can climb on the ceilings and stuff like you could in Arkham City. And then you have Nightwing, who's very, very good at combat. I feel like he's faster than Batman, and it would make sense with like the comics and stuff in his character, because he does like work on himself to make himself better than Batman. He does feel like the adversary, like the next Batman, with the whole story with this game. Another spoiler alert is that Batman like dies, quote unquote dies, which sort of left it on a bit of a cliffhanger at the end, because there's a scene where like you see a big bat and stuff after you see Wayne Manor blow up, so you're a little bit like, you don't know whether or not he's still alive or is he dead. It's a little bit on the fence, but if he was dead, it would feel right having Nightwing as the next Batman. And then Robin he just feels like Robin would, like how you would imagine Robin to sort of play, well, especially Tim Drake. He feels very, I don't know, he just feels like Robin would when you play him, and his mission is quite good with hunting down Two-Face. That was quite a good story thing to play. And then yeah, Harley is just how you'd imagine Harley in this universe to play. She's quite like, she's very agile, but she can't do a silent takedown, which is different to her compared to every other character. She does loud ones, so when you're in like a stealth encounter as her, you can't be as stealthy, which makes you kind of think a bit more, and which is her difference. And as well, like, I don't know, like she kills people the same as Red Hood, so that's the difference as well. And also she's got that ability where you can press L1 on PlayStation, which I play on, which allows you to do this like where you can one shot like around 3 enemies or something. I've put some gameplay up with Red Hood and Harley Quinn on my page already. There's a few posts before this if you guys wanted to check it out, and also did quite a long one with Nightwing, who I find is quite like, every character is fun to play in their own right, but he's so fast, and especially with his gadgets are quite simple but quite good. Like he's more electrical based, and his like Scribner sticks, I probably said that really wrong, but sort of like bounce around, which is quite cool, whereas the Batarang just like goes into the enemy and that's it. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say, to be fair, but that's my opinion. I feel like a lot of people a bit down on their game, because compared to like with people loving Arkham City, they don't really like to sort of, I don't know, think of Arkham Knight as much as how Arkham City affected them. But I still feel that it's worthy of being the best, or if not one of the best Arkham games, or one of the best superhero games out there. And yeah, I'd still like, it's just one of the best games I think I've ever played. And you can take that with a pinch of salt, or by any means. I have played quite a lot of games, which around like probably like 100 games or so, whether that be completely completing them like platinums, which I think I've got like 10 now, on like more superhero games, and then like God of War games and a few Lego games as well. And then I've played like 90 other games, whether that be to a certain degree or not. But yeah, I've played quite a lot of games, so I do know what I'm sort of talking about. But yeah, thank you for the growth of the channel. It has gone up quite a bit. I've been getting quite a few views on the most recent videos, and as well like some of the other ones I've done. So thank you guys for watching and liking, subscribing and things. Like, it means quite a lot. It's still a bit early on and stuff, but I'm still like grateful for people even just watching it, let alone subscribing and things. Like, it's still in the right step. But yeah, I've put this footage on because I ran out of time on the first clip, which is quite a bit annoying, but I've had this clip, it's on my channel anyway. Just thought I'd put it in the background because I've run out of time on the other one. And I'll put up another video of the playthrough that I'll do on this save file. It will just be story focused, unless I'll have to do some side quests during the story, but apart from that it will just be like story, because I've done everything else and I like the story. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys have a good day or good evening whenever you guys watch this. But yeah, thank you very much, and yeah, see you later.
Simulation complete.